Good morning.
Good morning, Karen. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Yourself?
Great, great.
Good. Good weekend?
Amazing, yeah. And you?
Yeah, look at that market. Yeah, fantastic. Obviously, I arrived home over the weekend, and yeah, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, interesting times in the market, up and down, up and down, up and down, huh?
Yeah, another TP3. We just reached another TP3
Oh
now.
wow! Oh wow! Uh, Interesting. I've mislaid my phone somewhere, so if you give me a second,
Yeah.
I'll go and find it. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Don't worry.
Cheers.
Good morning, Kuwait.
Morning, Matthias. How are you?
Oh, great. Thank you. And you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
Did you cop some signals? Did you have a nice weekend?
I did. And I woke up at 3:30 and I couldn't go back to sleep. And
Wow.
so I was awake. I was still awake when Matthew started the first signals.
Yeah.
And I took the first one and I just closed it at TP1 because then I wanted to go back to sleep.
Okay.
Because I'd been awake since 3:30. So I did, and I just took the last one he just gave that came to TP3.
Okay, amazing.
So I missed the buy limits one
Okay.
because I was asleep.
But that's normal. We cannot take off then. Sometimes it's difficult,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. How was your weekend? Good?
Amazing, yeah. Thank you.
Good. So that was bold, a little bit. It started to go up and up and up, didn't it?
It starts to go now. Yeah, it was ranging, as you can see, that is the 1 minute.
Yeah.
It was ranging for a period of time here.
Yeah.
But now we just break it and it's going up.
Yeah.
I got the TP3 on that one. TP2,
Okay.
they booked some more profits on TP3.
Uh-huh.
And that's it.
Oh, brilliant.
Now my stop loss is on break even, as you know.
Yeah.
If he retraces back, it's okay. But if he carries on going up, then I have my run up.
Yes.
Morning, guys.
Morning,
Morning,
Carl.
Kawan.
Good morning, Kan.
Morning.
How are we in this fine Monday morning?
Good.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. And you?
Yeah, fantastic. What's it like to have 3 profitable trades before 8 o'clock in the morning?
Good. It's good, isn't it?
It's
good.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. You just cannot beat that feeling, can you?
No, it's great. It's a good start to the day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, look, I think the thing is there are people that are early risers and people, they call them owls and larks or something like that, right?
Yeah. The larks are the early risers.
The larks are the early risers, right? I just cannot, I can't function in the evenings. And I suppose they would say the same about...
They can't function in the day.
Yeah. So I'm an early riser. Excuse me 1 second. I'm just I've just arrived back at my desk after a month. So the old keyboard and mouse were discharged and all the rest of it. So I'm still on my iPad rather than my Mac. So just powering it up. But now I've got a second screen. I'm really happy about that as well. Like Matthias was saying last week. Just to see the big screen at the back in terms of, the market, what it's doing. Or whatever it is that you want to, whether it's the signals that you put on there, etc. So how have you been? How's trading been for you?
It's great. I love the live sessions because it really gives me discipline.
Yes.
It gives me discipline. I had a great big chat to myself over the weekend, and I think I've just got to be a little more brave. But
yes,
it gives me that strength. It is strength. Because when you're sitting on your own for hours and nothing's happening, you think, right, I'll just close this. and then you know what's going to happen. You close it and then it goes up. But sitting with Mateus and you guys, it gives you the strength to keep going because it feels like everybody's in that boat with me. I'm not in that boat on my own, and that is huge for confidence to learning. It's absolutely huge.
Yes. And that's absolutely wonderful. Because
like
that's what we really wanted.
Yeah, it's like we said, trading is lonely. If we
Yes.
keep doing that at least some hours a day together,
Yes.
that will help everyone get that confidence to keep trading.
Yeah. No,
And then
definitely.
You don't feel alone, and you feel like you are part of the community as well.
Yes. And also, if you do start to get a little bit jittery, for want of another word, while it's our decision what we do and how we do it, it's nice to have that cushion and a bit of advice and a bit of guidance to make your decision at that moment in time. It's really useful.
Yeah, boosts your confidence, doesn't it?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Even though I was away last week, I still, I think I traded more than I normally do.
No.
Because
That's because you weren't sitting on the beach.
Yeah.
You chose not to.
But what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, what it's bringing for me is 4 hours of discipline.
Yes. Yeah.
As you were saying, that it's because why sit here just talking about the market and not actually trade it?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just sent a signal now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mateus.
Yeah.
Can you put up a banner up on the bottom that if you want to join us, message just put my number on there. WhatsApp me.
Perfect.
Yeah. Sorry. If you want to join our free signals community.
Yeah.
And put the message on there. Yeah. Because people are asking, how do I join? What do I do?
Yeah. Oh, you can scan that QR code on the screen as well.
Yeah, that's fine. But that takes us to a different place. So let's do the WhatsApp. Yeah, because that takes us to the form, right? Some people want to come straight in.
Oh, I can put if they scan the code, they will go to your WhatsApp as well.
Yeah, you could do that.
I will change that as well.
Yeah, then put the message on the code. If you want to join our free signal, if you want to receive free signals, join our community. Yeah, scan the code or whatever above or whatever you want to put in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Let's see that last signal.
Okay, that's fine. So they're playing games, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to change that narrative? Scan the QR code to join to receive free signals.
Yeah, I'm doing another one.
Follow our trades. Yeah. Okay. Follow our trades, something like that.
What do you think about that? The last one. There. Let's see the signal.
Yeah, great.
Okay. We're still there. The entry point on that one is between 96 and 90. And he's risking free now on 94.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Just helping some more people find us. It's shocking how simple it is, and it's shocking how many people can't do it.
Yeah.
I think people are scared, I think, sometimes, Cam. I just think they are. I don't know what of. But I don't know.
Okay, if you move your stop loss to break even now, you just wait for the rise. See, we're nearly there. TP1. Let's keep pushing. 10 pips more if it goes.
It doesn't want to go, does it?
Yeah, it's holding there.
So TP1 is 4799, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, let some tradesmen in, guys.
Yeah, it's coming back to break even.
So let's put in another buy.
Yeah. 47.94, 47.88. Stop loss 47.87.
Yeah.
And we are going up. Let's see. That went straight away to TP1.
Yeah.
And we are nearly getting the TP1 for the first one as well. Let me break the ice here. We're still sleeping from TP1, TP2.
Matthias,
see-
I've done exactly what you taught me last week.
Well done, well done. Like I said to you, if you move the stop loss to break even, you don't care, and then you just trust the signal and you go for it.
I didn't tell you, but I'm going to tell you now. I spent from 10 o'clock on Saturday till
Yeah.
6 o'clock just sitting in my orangery and just reading and going over the trades and practicing on my notebook, which I have with me today, what you were saying. I
That's
looked
amazing.
at every single trade on Friday and I calculated it in 3 different times, but to do what you're doing. And I've just done that.
Amazing. Look, I'm glad you following it, because if you, as much as you do that, you will get the confidence and you will be learning do that mechanical stuff that we're talking about all the time.
And the day went so quick. I kept the day to myself on Saturday.
Yeah.
I did my bits in the morning, and at 10 o'clock, anyone who was coming in and out was saying, "Are you still sitting there? What are you writing now?" Because I was sitting, and I've got my book with me to the first 3 of what I must do to protect, you know?
Yeah. As you can see, we went straight away to CP2 on the first one, CP2 on the second one as well, and it's nearly CP3 on the last one. That was the first one.
So it's hit 2P2.
I'm talking about the 47.99.
On its way to, okay. I thought it was going to go all the way to TP3 then.
Yeah, no. We still, the TP3 on that one is 48.08, and the TP3 on the last one 48.06. But right now, if you're reaching TP2s, the things we do is booking partials if you have that strategy, and moving the stop loss to break even. That means your trade is protect. And then you just carry on doing that all over and over and over. You saw Friday as well. We approaching the same strategy over and over and over. Helps a lot. That's it. TP3. That's the TP3 on the second one. For the TP3 on the first one, we will need to go to 8, 48.08. And we are not far now. Retracing a little bit, that's normal. That's why booking profits and moving stop loss to break even is important. Those are the last signals, as you can see. That one was a perfect entry. We went straight away to TP3. Those are the ones everyone likes. We don't want to be 1 hour, 2 hours sitting, waiting for TPs. Did you book some profits, who want? That's 17 TPs hits since this morning. If you are on our community, you can share the results with us. Have 48.01 now. Is retracing a little bit. I'm still holding. I put my stop loss
Matthias,
at
I might have to get a laptop, you know. I wasn't going to get one because I use my iPad
yeah.
and I do the trades on the phone. But
Yeah.
I might, because I know I can see the trading view with you.
Yeah.
Because I've got you on the iPad so that I do the trading on the phone. I can't have you and trading view. Just so that I can learn a little more from you of that.
It's good to have big screen or something like that. And you can have more than one chart as well. Time frames, you know, you can put 1 hour, 1 minute, or things like that. Then you can keep comparing as well. It's like now I have screens with the Telegram, screens with the the chart, and then I have that everyone's on the laptop. As you can see, the 3 last entries this morning already, everything is going up. And if you learn how to hold on your entry point for the runners, that is a great strategy as well to make the most of your trading. But always book profits. That's the key to succeed. Don't think that everything will go all the way to the moon. Just learn how to book your profits.
Hey guys, sorry you had to let some contractors in.
Okay, don't worry.
The joys of being away. How are we doing?
It's just amazing. Everything is going up. We went to 48.06.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
$47.97, a little bit of retracement now, but like I say, that can go to your break even. And don't wait to book profits. If you are on, we are on TP2, TP3, don't leave the money on the table, just book some profits. And like you can see here, we have had so far 17 TPs. If you
Is
keep
that it?
if you keep booking profits all the time and you don't exposure yourself as well, you protect your capital.
100%. 100%. So where's it going now, Mateus?
I think so. We'll
Yeah.
push up again. It's just a retracement now. Let me
Yeah.
put the chart again. That's the 1 minute time frame.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's coming back. Let me share the screen, then you can see.
Yeah, I've got this goddamn pop-up on my main screen, which is really annoying me. There we go.
Let's go on the 5 minutes. We took the from range of 47.21 to 47.80. We have been
Yeah.
there for a long time. Another buy, guys.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Let's see. The buy is on the range is 47.92 and 47.86. The stop loss is 47.85. We
So the
need
signals are coming in.
Yeah.
Signals are coming in thick and fast.
Yeah.
And yeah. Saying still in range. So we're in a buy sequence right now. TP1's been hit. 30 pips done.
Yeah. Very fast.
Yeah. It's a fast moving market. You need to be in, right? You need to have the you need to have a couple of screens, have the signals up, have your charts up, ready to trade. You know, the market, it doesn't do $7 trillion a day because it hangs around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not waiting around for anybody. Have we had clients put up any results today?
Let me double check. We
Yeah,
have.
let's share some results.
I'm sure we have already some. As you can see, the results are there.
How are people doing? Do you want to read out just a few? What are they?
No,
What
it's just
kind of
great.
profits have they made?
£300, £350, £931. And as you can see, the lot size 0.03 is amazing.
Yeah. Look, the lot size should be in alignment with your account size, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to be risking 5% to gain 1%.
Yeah, it's too risk. You need to be on the right lot size.
Look, the name of the game is longevity, is to last, right? And maintain accounts and all the rest of it, all these little things. And, you know, if you've hit 2 TPs or 3 TPs and you hit your target, you know, take your winnings and go away.
Yeah.
There's no point hanging around forever because this one trade, unless you got 20 lots or something, and if you've got 20 lots, you've got £1 million in the account or whatever it is, you know, it's still relative to how much money you're going to make today. So it's not a lottery win where you're going to win £80 million today and that's it, it's done, right? What it actually is that you're going to make slow, steady progress over 1, 2, 3 years and become a very, very profitable trader that banks their money and walks away with it. And as we often say, it's not how much you make, it's what you keep, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, cool. How long have you been trading now? She looks busy at something.
She's concentrate.
Yeah,
She's
that's
on
fine.
that
That's
trade.
fine. Yeah. When you have a minute, then we'll talk. So, Matthias, we did last week, right? And thank you for doing Friday because I was in transit.
Don't worry.
So, after 5 days, what do you think? What kind of feedback have you had from clients?
No, it's great. They are really happy because it's like they don't feel alone.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are on the
Absolutely.
same trades and they don't feel alone. And they can ask questions. That's the main thing as well, to do those calls.
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
to share the approach on the strategy, how you copy the signals and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And you know, guys, if you're watching us on Facebook or LinkedIn, just give us a shout, say hi, give us a follow, and tell us what you're thinking and where you're joining us from, and really, you know, how you want us to help you on this journey. If there's anything that we're not doing that you'd like to do or like us to cover, then let us know. At the end of the day, we're doing this for you guys so that we build a community and we all become profitable. You're not sitting there on your own doing, you know, twiddling your thumbs and wondering whether you're doing the right thing. If you've got questions, just ask them. by all means, if you have my WhatsApp, then the number's there. Ask it directly, or ask it on Facebook. But obviously, we'll go to Facebook and LinkedIn, etc. occasionally and just check the questions. You can do it here, and we will improve the system in terms of access for you guys, in terms of asking us questions where we can actually see them, and we'll build up links and things like that in the future. But we just wanted to get this going because done is better than perfect, right? And that's what I think. What do you think, Tez?
Perfect. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you don't do anything, you cannot expect anything, you know. At least we are doing something here to support everyone.
100%. Yes. Yeah. Well, the thing is this, we had a few people on last week. Cool obviously has been absolutely fantastic in terms of wants to come on and wants to chat through. We had Mark on. So that's two people that have massively helped, and we helped ourselves, right? Yeah. So just wanted to let you know that. So we hit TP1 50 pips again after pulling back. So this is real live education within our community. If you're part of the Telegram group, which is completely free, you can really be benefiting from an education system as well as making money at the same time, which really has got to be a win-win, right?
Yeah.
What do you think, Matthias? Is it a win-win?
That's it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing to do, right?
I think so. Cool Ant is not replying because she's not hearing us. She's having some issues.
Maybe here she goes.
Yeah, she needs to
she's
go
gone
out
now.
and come back again.
Yeah, maybe there's some tech issue.
Because if we are on the studio, and if you receive one call or anything on your phone, sometimes you cannot listen.
Yes.
Hear what we're saying later on.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's a real kind of fail on tech. I suppose what you've got to do is this particular device that you're on is disconnect it from WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when I get up, as I was saying to you before the call, I couldn't get everything set up on my Mac because the batteries were dead on my keyboard and mouse. Yeah. So I plugged them in yesterday, and still a little bit of jet lag, etc. And then we had a little something to deal with this morning. So yeah, when we have the break, I'll set it up, and there's no WhatsApp on there.
Yeah,
so it can't interfere with the screen.
It's the best thing. Yeah.
Still
sharing more results. I'm coming back.
Brilliant. Just read them out. What they're saying.
Yes, another £550 here, and here I don't have the results, but you can see the lot size and the gains on the side.
Yeah.
Another £462.
Yeah.
And those are from this morning already.
Yeah, brilliant.
And on the afternoon session, we can share more results.
Yeah.
Cool Ant is back.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know why. I don't know why your volume goes. And I was concentrating so much on that last trade. I thought, I know they're there. I'll put that up them again in a minute.
If you get a call, or if you get
a
anything,
text.
if your device is connected to WhatsApp,
yes,
right, that's the thing that throws everything out. Call, I don't know what a call happens because we haven't had any calls.
Matthias and I worked that out, and I was saying on Friday, because 2 or 3 times, and it was only on the third time, Cam, that I clicked in that every time somebody called me, it cut me off. But it took the third time for me to connect each time it does that.
Yeah.
Well,
what you need to do is
I'm busy.
No, you need to be on a device that's not connected to WhatsApp. It's simple.
Yes.
Those things will happen, right?
Yeah, but I said to Matthias earlier today as well that I didn't think I would need another laptop, but I think I'm going to get one because you're on the iPad, I'm trading on the phone, but I do need to get a laptop, so I'll start looking into getting a laptop so I don't have all this disturbance as well.
Yeah. David, if you want to come on, then if you want to turn your camera on, I would really appreciate that. It's a visual thing. Matthias, you want to let David in? So, got a new visitor. Got my good friend David.
Good morning, all. Can you hear me?
Hey, David, how you doing?
Morning.
I'm very well, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Good morning.
How's it going?
Sorry, you kind of got into this a short while ago. I'm still trying to wake up.
Okay.
I have been awake. I have been trading like late last night and early this morning, so it's not like I'm not there. It's just I think I've probably overdone it yesterday, so I'm a bit tired.
It can happen to the best of us, David. Did you join us last week, or did you get to any of the lives last week, David?
Not at all. No, today is the first time.
So really new, yeah. So what brings you here? What you're looking for? What your thoughts on what we're doing here?
Well, I guess the whole idea is to have a community where you can actually learn additionally to what you've already got, and try and change some of those bad habits in the process.
Yes. And I think, David, the thing is this: the signal's good, right? So that's a given. We know they work. And then the only thing that lets us down is ourselves, right?
Very true. Very true.
Whether it's over trading or shouldn't be in the market, or you don't set your TPs and your stop losses properly. So it's always a little bit of it's just bad habits, isn't it? Like you said.
Yeah, indeed.
Well, Matthias and I have had this on our mind now for a month, 6 weeks. And it was just a case of when and how, and then I had a huge kind of break out of the country and time differences and everything. So then finally last week we thought, right, sod it, done is better than perfect. Let's just go for it, and we did. And it's helped. So the people that have engaged, Cole once been here most days since we said, look, if you want to come on live, we've got
David.
10 spots. And then we had Mark on and their own experience as well. But I can tell you one thing, I'm trading so much better because not just that, because we're here, but because I'm actually sat in a space and I'm concentrating.
Yeah.
And the discipline is there to sit and actually, obviously we see the live signals come, you take those, to come on here at 8 o'clock in the morning, have three TPs in the bag already is absolutely phenomenal. But I don't think I'll be doing that without here, because there's always things to do. There's always, other things that take over our main job.
Yep.
So good. And how's trading been generally for you the last few weeks?
It's been on and off. Keep blowing accounts and bringing it back up again. So kind of I'm a bit on the way back up again, and trying this time round to be very disciplined about how I'm going about it.
Well, it's like riding a bike, right? You fall off it and you're a little bit scared when you get back on. The thing is, don't be so stiff that you fall off again. Lower the lot size right down, and I think if you've blown an account and you've now funded, you start again. It's about getting that confidence back, and that takes a little bit of time, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and that's it. Just get your confidence back. You can trade. We can all trade. So the basics are that we can all ride the bike, and sometimes we go around the corner too fast, and sometimes we go too slow. And that's when we fall off. That's all I think of it as. Right? So as a teenager, I used to bike it everywhere. So I remember all those days when I actually fell off, and it was always because I went around the corner too fast, or a lorry went by and it was a bit too close. Right? So
my bicycling skills must have been much better than yours then, Cam, because I can't remember falling off.
Really? Oh, David, I used to,
jinx
honestly.
it, David. Don't jinx it.
But something, every Saturday morning, I'd do my chores and I'd get them done. Because as we were saying, I'm an early riser. I used to get all my chores done, mow the lawns, wash my dad's car, whatever I needed to do. And then I'd be off on my bike by 10 o'clock, 10:30. I won't be back home until 4:30, 5 o'clock. I just bike it everywhere. It was great. And I was a big car fan. And the BMW garage was 17 miles from my house. And I'd probably bike it there once every month just to go have a look at the cars. It was great.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's so cool. I'm trying to remember my days of biking. I learned to ride in a suburban area estate. So there were limited vehicles on the road. At the time I was biking, I could drive and I could also ride a motorbike. And then I went into the city where access to driving around was a bit more difficult. And just for the freedom of being able to move around, I used to get on my bike there and just ride for miles and miles and miles, weaving in between traffic and cars and everything. You know, it's almost like we used to go a lot faster than even cars in those days, you know, but that's back then. Now you can't do that. It's really crazy traffic. It's like driving in somewhere like Mumbai or somewhere like that, or New Delhi, you know, for the equivalent how it feels like when you're riding a bike on the roads in Lagos, Nigeria, where, you know, I kind of grew up as well. So
Yeah.
very, very different now.
Yes, it is. Yes, yeah, absolutely.
But that's reminiscing about bicycling, you know.
Indeed,
I guess we're for
indeed.
trading.
So we've got more inquiries.
We reached TP2 on the last one as well.
Amazing.
I don't know. Sometimes it seems like you know, you get those signals from not signals. It's almost like updates. Yeah, updates from Matthew saying, "Oh, we reached TP2," and I'm not quite there yet. It seems like there's a bit of a lag or something.
Yeah, we talked about that last week, and if you are like 10 pips, 5 pips away, sometimes he will send the update already, and that is a heads up for you to book some profits as well.
Okay, that I don't do. I just let it actually reach the target that sets. So
I think so.
Sorry, Matthew. So for example, here I had 2 trades in where you say it's reached TP2. It's gone all the way to stop loss now and it's caught me out.
David, I find that, and I've spoken with Cam and we've discussed it, and I can see it. I see it happening because last week, where it finished on mine and where it finished on trade on the trade view, there was a slight difference. And I said to Matthias and Cam a while back, what I started to do was, if he said that your TP is 05, whatever the first 2 digits are, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If he said it was 05, I would put mine as 04.80.
Okay.
And I used to find that used to catch it. So I might lose 10 pence, but I used to find it would catch it. I did that in order for it to do. Once or twice it caught me and it was at 75 and I had 80, but that's just the way that devil rides.
Yeah.
And then it does as well. I don't know if that would help, but I know
no.
I started to do that. I started to do that just to, so instead of doing 05, I would do 0480, 0485.
Yeah.
And generally that then catches it.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I have done that in the past. But sometimes you just see it's like leaving money off the table when you do that, especially because I typically aim for the TP3.
Yes.
I know it takes longer to get there, but then when I do TP3, I tend to not put in my stop loss. So this is part of where the issue is,
Yes.
I think so. It's just the approach on your strategy. If you are not like winning all the time, another TP1, by the way, while we are talking, and you just need to find your way, your approach on that.
Yeah.
And the way I was telling Ku and everyone last week, you need to book your profits. If you keep waiting for TP3 all the time, it's hard because we cannot reach all the TP3s. And then if you're not moving your stop loss to break even as well and waiting for TP3, that could, if we are on the buys and that retraces, will reach your stop loss. That then will take longer for you to recover that, you know?
Yeah. Where do you change your entry to break even? At what point?
Passing TP1, I'm moving my stop loss already.
Okay.
Because that can come back, take me out of the trade, but if it didn't reach TP2 yet, I still can re-entry again. Yeah, maybe in a better position.
I think the thing to watch out for, David, is this, that, and listen to somebody like Kulwant. She's a lady that turned £1,000 into about £1,900 in a matter of a few weeks, just doing TP1s all the time. And I was really afraid that Kulwant hadn't got the experience yet to trade, and she knows that. I expressed that opinion, saying, listen, just stick with the demo account, stick with copy trading, because I'm thinking, please, I don't want you to lose any money, right? And then she comes on a few weeks later. It's like, so the thing that you've got is there's a spread, and each broker has a slightly different spread.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at the charts on Vantage versus Star Trader, there'll be a slight difference in price. And sometimes there's a slight difference in the price that you're seeing on TradingView and what you're seeing on your MT4, MT5. So it's not, and then when Matthew says he's hit TP, his account may have hit it, and you might be 2 pips away.
Yeah.
So the idea that Kulwant's got is just take out 4 or 5 pips or 10 pips, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Because and then the other thing is, if your entry isn't in the same place, I'd never say if your entry is not as good as the MetaTrader, right?
Yeah.
If your entry is not in exactly the same place, and it's near impossible that it's going to be, right? So you say, I'm going to set a TP at 30 pips. The master account will always have a slightly better or sometimes worse entry. Because of course, you know, if we're in a buy and he enters here, you know, and it drops a bit, you get a better entry. So it swings and roundabouts, that is.
It does.
So the thing about my signal's not my entry's not as good as the master account, the master trader. Can be true, but it's a 50-50 thing. You may get a better entry than he does. So the other thing that to look at is, if you've got your chart set at the 1 minute, when you see it struggling and you think, I don't know whether it's going to hit that TP3 or whatever it is, hit the TP2 profit. Right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot to be said for not leaving money on the table. Mateus is like, if you're in profit, got any doubts, close the down trade, right? Because there'll be another one along any second and you book some profits. And we've lost so much money sitting around waiting for TP3s and TP4s and leaving the runners open, all the rest of it, right? If you keep it simple, if you're trading for 4 hours a day, 2 hours a day, 6 hours a day, just think, right, I'm gonna trade for the next 2 hours. However many trades I get, I'm gonna take them. Right? Yeah. TP1 is better than TP -1.
Indeed.
That is it. If you're going to go for a strategy that you want to use all the time, don't go for TP3. Go for TP2. Because TP1 is probably hit 90% of the time. TP2 is probably hit, like, say, 70-75% of the time. TP3 is probably mid-50s.
Yeah.
So that, and you know, at the end of the day, it's your business. But in order to ease the pain a little bit of blowing accounts and hitting SLs all the time, try, instead of going for TP3, try and go for TP2, and then look at the entry that was recommended, because there's always a range, right?
Yeah.
So if the trader's not in at the best range and you're not quite there, then you're going to hit TP2 a little bit later, right? Or you're not going to make as much profit. So just bear it in mind. There's no exact rules. There's only one thing. You remember what Warren Buffett said? What's the number one rule of investing?
Don't lose money.
Don't lose money. What's number two?
Remember number one.
Follow rule one. Right? Somebody actually asked Warren that question, and that was the answer he gave. Said, what's the rule of investing? Don't lose. Rule number one, don't lose any money. Rule number two, don't break rule number one.
Yeah.
Simple, isn't it? So any doubts about anything that's going on, you're in profit, you think, I've got to go to the loo. Take the sale, take the profit. Yeah. Don't go to the loo and find out your profit's being flushed down there with everything else, right?
I think so. It's like we talked a lot last week about that. Don't leave money on the table. Book profit.
100%.
And the cake is
Book
massive.
profit.
Take your beats every day and go away. We're talking about greedy. Don't. The cake is 7 trillions a day. We just need a bit of it every day, and that's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then when you start to have that mindset, and find the strategy that's better for you. That's the only thing we can say to you. But if you are aim for TP3 and nothing protecting your capital, you are in danger, because that trade can retraces to stop loss, and then you're just leaving all that TP1, TP2s on the table.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
And then if you want the runners, if you have more experience in trade, you can book 80% and let the rest go to TP3 and plus. But when you booked the 80%, you don't care about the rest. You just move stop loss to break even. And if that goes to, in 1 month, to 57, then you still have that trade there.
Mm-hmm.
But like I can say, it's better make that simple and book the profits.
Have a 3-step approach, 2-step approach, 4-step approach. Don't have a 10-step approach.
Yeah.
Right. Because you can remember 1, 2, 3. You can do that, and you can learn that very, very quickly. Trying to do a complicated, convoluted strategy, it will not work. So one of my trading partners has a very simple strategy. Yeah. Do you want me to tell you what it is?
Yeah.
$6. Yeah, that's what she says. $6. You know what that $6 is? That's the price movement she needs to fulfill her daily target of trading. Right? Work that out took a few years, got it wrong a lot of times before she got it right. Right? But that's the rule, $6 movement. How often do we get a $6 movement in the price of gold these days? Happens 100 times, doesn't it? Yeah, happens 100 times a day. Right?
All the time.
Yeah. If you take the 1 or the 5 minute time frame, right? And so that's the target on a daily basis. And once the target's achieved, she shuts her laptop and walks away. Yeah. And that's the discipline you need to keep your money, and it doesn't need to be $6. It doesn't need to be 60 pips. It can be 1%, 2%, 3%. I wouldn't go any higher than that, because it gets tough then. And we've got a trader that's doing 10% a day, but he knows that he wants to do that until his account's at a certain point. Then that's it. Then starts easing off. But obviously, you run more of a risk in trying to get to that money. By having such high expectations. So do you have daily targets, David? Do you journal your entries? What do you keep any records? What's the typical?
I journal. I don't journal the entries. I just keep records, and I try to track. Sorry, I'm distracted.
That's all right.
By this thing going way out of range into towards stop loss. So
Okay.
now it's coming
Could you
back.
could you have taken a profit on it earlier?
It didn't reach TP1.
Okay. This will be interesting, and there'll be a buy signal at some point because we know the market will reverse.
Yeah.
By the way, the reason we do a lot of buys is because the market is still in a bullish trend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I was saying that I don't journal, but I do keep records, and I easily make like 20% of my accounts through the day. But
Brilliant.
over trading, as you say, not setting stop losses and so on, you end up wiping some of it again.
I think so.
Yeah.
The stop loss is a non-negotiate. You need to put the stop loss away. Protect your capital is the key.
Yeah.
100%.
Because especially on the market we are now, gold could move another 500 pips, 1,000 pips. That will be enough to blow some accounts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
It's what I found lately is, and I spoke to you guys about this last week. So I've got an entry in it, 4666. Actually, this you're not going to believe this, Matthias. The entry's up 4666.66.
Wow.
Good God. What are the chances, right? What are the chances? So I'm sitting on a profit on that at £450 right now.
Okay.
It's been up to about I think on Friday it's about 700.
Wow.
So this is that runner that I'm keeping to 5,700, as is Matthew.
Okay.
But I think the entry is so brilliant, right? Because it's the entry that makes all the difference, isn't it?
That's the point. If you have a good entry and the market is going up, then you can leave that straight on.
Yeah. Well, beautiful. I'm just trying to learn because I used to do it before, and then I kind of got a bit enthusiastic. The lot sizes were too big for the account, and you know what happens. And then I put in too many trades.
Yeah.
So now it's a case of okay, fine. And whilst I've got that trade in, it's actually so I'm then trading that particular account and making profit on a daily basis. So that's the kind of strategy that, it takes a while to get that into your head. So, last night, I think the market dropped quite a lot. And I thought, shall I? I didn't need the money in terms of it wasn't part of my trading plan. I just wanted to see how the market opened, simply because I was interested in, I've been in India and Dubai for a month. So a lot more about the war is very real. So whilst I was in Goa, there used to be a flyby of a couple of jets at least once or twice a day. And that part of the world is in the Indian Ocean. It's closer to the conflict zone, and that they're just patrolling their territory, right?
Yeah.
And then last week we were on a call, and 6 jets literally went by my window. What the hell's going on? I later learned that this was in Dubai. So I later learned that they were actually the display team, like the Red Arrows.
Okay.
So they was a real confidence booster for the region. Just the colours of the flag were being smoked out, and then the following day, I think I was sitting outside on the beach, and the same thing happened. So the first day was like, because it went by my window, I thought, what the hell? And then later, as I said, I learned what the purpose of it was. And then, so, what I'm saying is that things change. And then I've been following the news, obviously, in terms of where I was in the world. So I really wanted to see the effect of all the shenanigans of the weekend of, Hormuz is closed, it's open, it's closed. No, we closed it. No, we closed it. No, we already closed it, right? So I knew there would be a hefty drop coming. I didn't really take advantage of it. But then before I went to bed, put one trade in, spiked up, got rid of it, went to bed with a nice profit. And that was that. A couple of trades this morning, both in profit. And I've got one open trade now. And as soon as that hits TP, thank you very much, done.
Yeah, similarly,
So how-
Cam. I was
Yeah,
kind of
great.
monitoring what was going on the market. Sorry, were you?
No, go on, please. Sorry.
No, I was saying that similarly, I was monitoring the market last night as well when it opened to see exactly where it was going to be. And there were a couple of mistakes I made where on a Friday, I'm hoping that my position will be better before closing it and end up not closing it and leaving it over the weekend. And on Sunday night, the thing just spikes in the wrong direction. So it's like, it takes time to kind of like recover from some of those things and then start profit for the day, you know. So I always kind of like try and keep an eye on what's going on in the market, especially on Sunday after all this Middle East issues have been ongoing for a couple of weeks now.
Well, so a couple of updates for you guys. 852 was the last communication. TP1 hit 30 pips. Price pulled back to 47.89, and we got a re-entry ahead of the time on that one. So we were well armed for that. So what we'll do is, whilst we're talking, anything that's happening in the trading on the signal side of it, we'll bring to you. We'll kind of interrupt, if you like. I think the thing is, David, we decided when we set this up that we were not going to go live on a Friday afternoon.
Okay.
Simply because that's the danger that you run, you know. And again, TP and stop loss needs to be put in before the market closes because it won't accept them once it's closed. So you can't be thinking on a Saturday afternoon, oh, this has happened, market's going to go down, let me put a stop loss in, because it won't accept it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'll tell you something, I've had anxiety on a Sunday night. Well, you have anxiety all weekend, but as Sunday night market opens, you have anxiety when you've got open trades that you've not taken care of properly. TPs are not set, stop losses are not set, and you just, what do they say? Yeah, hissing in the wind, right? That's all you're doing, just praying and hoping. And that's it. So I try not to be in the market on a Friday close. Right? I know traders that don't trade. Yeah, so we're not going to be going live on Friday afternoon. Friday morning will be the last session. And then Monday morning will be the following one, because we just don't want to be. You look at your business, trade as you wish. And I've made a lot of money on a Friday, but the thing is, if I was trading on a Friday, I would close every single trade, regardless of where it was, before the market closed. Right? But again, if you follow the rules and your stop loss is set and your TP set, no problem. Right?
Yeah,
But it's just something that Mateus and I believe that, you know, you trade all week, you don't need to be in the market all the time. Friday, by the time New York settled in, maybe 2:30, 3 o'clock would be my last trade that I'd actually place. And then if I got out of those, I wouldn't place anymore.
Even Friday morning, I did was with Kuwant live, and I did some trade. But like I say to her, I reached my TP already. It's my target. You don't need to exposure yourself.
No. Well, if you think about it, if you've made the money you need to make, you've hit your target, only a fool would go in when the market's about to close for 3 days, right?
Yeah.
It's that simple as that. And then you're then exposed to all of the stuff. And it's Sod's law, right? That you leave an open trade, that you don't have the discipline that you normally have, and then you're exposed to the market. So just be careful, just, you know, and be a rules-based trader. Simple. Be a rules-based trader, right? Follow your own rules. It's all good. It's all good. So what's the long-term target, David? Are you doing this full-time? Tell us a little bit about yourself, about your trading journey, your experiences.
Yeah, I'm currently doing it full-time because I'm out of work. So I I normally do like contract work. So if I get a contract job, or when I get a contract job, should I say, probably we have less of a focus on trading. I still do some like early morning trades and all that kind of stuff, but you know, I can't give it the kind of full focus that I'm currently giving it. So the whole idea really is to kind of use some income from this to take care of bills here and there, which I guess because of my circumstances are minimal. So I'm kind of, you know, like just doing what I enjoy doing for now. Trying to use it to raise some money, to do some traveling expenses whilst I'm out, you know, that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm making money. It's just not consistent because I guess my strategy is not conducive to consistency. It's probably the way to put it. So, but obviously it's a work in progress. I'm at it.
Great. Well, number one is you're playing the game, right? You're on the field, which is the most important thing. Because a lot of people talk a good game, don't they?
Yeah.
So, you know, taking action is the only thing that's going to get you anything. Talking about it, thinking about it is great stuff because you need to do some planning. So plan, you know, your action and then execute. So if you read The Art of War, you know, have a strategy, which the present American administration doesn't seem to have. So hence it gets into all sorts of trouble. So there's clearly no strategy there. There was no end game. And there was no clear objectives of what they wanted to reach. And it's no different in business. So I think, you know, The Art of War is probably one of the best business books I've ever read, even though it's not intended to be. So you're on the pitch, you're playing the game, right? What you need to refine is your strategy now and your exit point, and then life's a good one. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And discipline. You know, you've got us now for 4 hours a day, and there's no problem in the 3 hours that we're not on air for you to continue trading. So that gives you 7 hours a day. It's more than enough time to be racking up 4, 5, 6, 8, 10% a day. But do it with ease.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it with ease.
Yeah.
That's all I'd say to you. And if you can do that, you know, trading will become a breeze, really.
It's really knowing your strategy, knowing where to enter, where to exit it before you enter the market. Then you make that mechanical approach. You're not stressed.
Yeah. So we're at, let me just have a look. My screen's just refreshing. Where is the market? Are we at 47.90? Or is it more or less than that?
Below 47.87.
Yeah, 47.87, 47.88, 47. So it's beginning to range now. The last 5, 6, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So the hour's down. The day is selling.
Yeah.
But there's a massive wick, at the bottom end. So it's retraced back. So it's been down to about 47.36. So the low of the day is 47.36 and the high is 47.35. So it's done $100, which is 1,000 pips already today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
massive.
Plenty of time. Yeah, plenty of time to be making money. And the amazing thing about the market was, let me just have a look now. The low point was hit at midnight, that hour.
Yeah.
So since then, really, it's been buying. So if you'd have missed that first hour, and you could put a buy in at most places and would have made money.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. So then if you traded the 1 o'clock till 2 o'clock, that was a buying hour. 2 till 3 was a massive buying hour. And it was between those hours that I made my 1 or 2% on a single trade. And then and since then we've had 3 hours of selling, 2 hours of buying, 2 hours of selling. So it's kind of ranging now. And then when it does those big moves, we have the big drop at market open, 2 hours of selling, 2 hours of buying, and then it obviously sometimes takes a bit of a breather and it slows down a little.
Yeah, that's true. We don't have big news as well today.
Yeah, there's nothing now that's going to move the market news-wise, apart from the war, I guess. So geopolitics, they call it, don't they?
Yeah, we have some
Yeah.
red photos on Canadian dollar, and that's it today.
They can red folder all they like, nothing happens, right?
Yeah, USD is the red folders we need to look at.
Yeah, they can do what they like. Nobody cares, right?
Yeah,
And that's the reality, isn't it? You
It
read all
is.
this social media de-dollarization, dollars dead, blah, 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 buy my shit, buy my shit, buy my shit, right? Nothing's happening. There is a gradual and slow decline of the dollar. But don't you think the Fed and the American government knows that,
They do.
right? Don't you think they have better stats and everything than anybody else does? So you think they'll just say, oh, people's de-dollarizing, let them just do it. Doesn't matter, does it? We don't care. I
that's
don't
it.
think so. Do you?
I think
Right.
so. We just need to be on the market, and that's it.
Keep it simple, silly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Simple philosophy, isn't it? So, Gulwa, how are you getting on? You seem to be busily tapping away. Has she gone off again? She's probably on a
Maybe.
call. Yeah, absolutely. So, David, do you want to share how many trades you've taken this morning and what the results have been like?
I could.
If you're comfortable with it, listen, no pressure.
Oh no!
No pressure at all.
As I said, I traded overnight. So I think I took my first trade at 11:09
Mm-hmm.
UK time.
Okay.
Was a buy. I took £14 on that.
Mm-hmm. What was the lot
And,
size?
0.02.
Okay.
I'm trading 0.02s at the moment,
Yeah.
and the account is not a big account. It's 800 or so at the moment.
Yeah.
So my eyes obviously on it. I'm setting stop losses. And sometimes I have more than one lot size open, so I need to keep my eye on it.
Yeah.
With setting stop losses, I think it will probably be safer, unlike before where I could have multiples and not those stop losses, and it only needs to move like a few pips here and there, and the whole thing's gone pear-shaped.
So how many trades would you have in at any given moment?
It depends on the account size. So it's really about monitoring what margin I've got available and what kind of profit I'm aiming for targeting.
Yeah. So you trade without the signals as well as with the signals?
Yes.
Okay. I would seriously, if you're blowing accounts and your account's not where you need it to be, I'd seriously reconsider that. All right.
Yeah.
And then what time did you finish trading?
I think it probably was about 1 something.
Okay.
Let me confirm that, because these things kind of morph a bit.
Yeah.
It looks like I closed some trades at 2:21.
Okay. So, and then what time did you jump back into the market this morning?
About 8:30, I think.
That's not a lot of sleep.
No,
is it?
7:30.
Yeah, that's not a lot of sleep, is it?
No.
Yeah. So Mateus and I have been talking about this for months and months and months. I stayed up last night because I as I said, suffering a bit of jet lag, but I'd slept for 2-3 hours during the day. simply because
Yeah.
I was tired, and I got home about 2:30
It's trying to
in the
move up
morning.
now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can hear you. Yeah. What time frame is that, Mateus?
That is the
Put it on the-
1 hour now.
Put it on the
Let's
1
put
minute. 'cause
the
it's-
1 minute. Then we
Yeah,
can
because
see that.
because it hit that bottom twice now, and then it
Yeah.
also. So if you look at it in terms of where the market's at, 47.85 or give or take, it's hit that sort of at 7:30 this morning, again at 7:52 this morning, 9:02, just gone to there now, 9:17. It's on its way up. So whether that range will start climbing off this, we shall see. But do you see on the 1 minute, if you go, close your chart up, that you can see that it's hit that kind of level? 1, 2, 3, 4 times this morning. Then it rose from the first time it hit it, rose to 47.90. The following time it hit it, it rose to 47.99. And then it didn't go down much at all and went to the day's peak at, it wasn't the day's peak actually, 48.05. And now it's kind of, it might die a death for a few hours because it's maybe done the moves. It's done 1,000 pips already. So, it might take a few hours now to move because it's hour and a half into the London session.
Yeah.
And there might not be anything for a little while now. But we shall see. We shall see. Yeah. So the headline, I'll just read you. So gold falls as Hormuz tensions send oil higher. Market talk. I've been talking about this for over a month now, that the reason gold is not rising is because oil has risen. Oil needs to be bought. It's much more of a national pain point for most countries. I think they had some fuel protests. Was it Ireland or Scotland while I was away? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We had some fuel protests in this country in the last few weeks.
I think in Northern Ireland is what I
Yeah,
heard.
I think yeah. So we've had politicians, the government are much more likely to sell off gold and buy and pay for oil, because obviously oil's done in dollars. Dollar's really strong. So if you look, the other thing to look at is the dollar strength. So dollar's at 98.30. It's been a bit higher, but it is very strong at this moment in time.
It
So
is.
the yields on treasuries goes up, which is the government debt from the US, safest debt in the world. The yields there go up. Gold obviously is a non-income yielding asset, so people start moving into gold, and governments start selling gold. People start moving into treasuries. Government starts selling gold to buy oil and suppress the price. So whilst I was in India, the Indian government said, nothing to worry about. If oil price rises, we will reduce the duty on diesel and petrol by the same amount. So the petrol price, the pump price will not go up. Right? By the way, as I said, I've got some contracts in. So if that noise gets a bit too much, Mateus, if you can hear it, then let me know and I'll mute myself. Okay?
Yeah. No, we still fine.
Yeah, good. So that's what's behind what's going on. So if you for yourself want to know and think, where is gold going to move? Look at the oil price. Look at the dollar strength, right? And the higher the dollar goes, the lower gold usually goes. So the lower interest rates go in the US, the higher gold goes, because holding cash, it suddenly isn't attractive. And that's what moves the market. And so soon as there's some good news announced about the state of Hormuz, gold price rises, Why? Because oil falls,
Yeah.
right? So cheaper oil means less gold being sold. Governments spend less cash buying it. And so gold goes up in price and oil comes down and dollar comes down and treasury yields come down.
Yeah.
So it's all interlinked. Any
See, now-
observations on that from you guys? What your thoughts are?
Yeah, you're very right.
That's
Very
good.
right.
It's good to have that overview and keep looking on the market. Like we said last week, you just need to read a little bit more and be on there to learn a little bit about the market. I'm just seeing the graphics now is going to TP1 on the last signal.
Mm-hmm.
We're just breaking that 92 now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, TP1.
You got TP1?
Yeah,
It's still on 91 for me. Or maybe got to 92.
92.
4 is what I got.
Yeah, 92.53. I just moved my stop loss now. It's like learning that to protect your capital will be the key for you, David,
Yeah.
because you can get out of that trade, like I said, but then you can re-entry in a better position.
Yeah.
You know, if you get out, how many TPs we reached today already is a lot. If you get out, you can always re-entry in a better position.
Yeah, I took that TP1 because I couldn't, it was getting on my nerves now.
But there's
But
nothing
it's
wrong with
still-
that. You took profit, right?
Yeah,
You're
That's
ready for
the
the next
main-
one.
yeah. So and I'm out, so I'm not worrying whether it goes or it doesn't go. But I got some money.
That's
And-
it. That's
Yeah,
don't
brilliant.
leave money on the table. That's the key.
Yeah.
So on the 1 minute, if you look left, 8:35, there's
Yeah.
a bottom there. So it's just about reaching that now. So if it breaks, it'll go higher. If that becomes a resistance, then it'll bounce back again. So these are the things to be looking at.
Yeah.
If you look at the time zone around 8:30, 8:35, there's
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 1-minute candles
Yeah.
at around where the market is right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So if it breaks that and it's hit, and then it was the top of that market again was at 9:13 on the 1
Yeah.
minute, you've got that. So
Yeah.
that always look left.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Always look
Mhm.
left to see what the market's doing.
And then compare
So-
on the big time frames as well. That helps.
Mm.
If you put the hour.
So
And
if
you can see-
you had that TP1 or you had some profit there and you didn't book it, that's disappearing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I booked it. I was relieved.
Yeah,
But
good.
because I was fed up with looking at it.
Yeah, I got some as well, but not as much as it was if I closed it towards the top, of course.
But you
Was
see,
it profit, David? Was it profit, David?
It definitely was.
Yeah. And
Oh,
that's
There
how
you
I,
go,
that's how I
mate.
look at it.
Yeah.
That's how you've got to look at it. That's how you
Yeah.
have to look at it.
I think so.
Yeah.
If you keep joining us on live, you'll be booking more profits more often.
Yeah, we're pleased to have you, David. And really, at the end of the day, money's a very emotive subject for most people because, without it, you can't really do a lot.
Yeah.
But I think that how have you found, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes you've been here. How have you found it? Is it helping?
It's always helpful to talk about stuff. It's almost like you know exactly what it is that you want to do. You've got some bad things that you do that you really need to break. So it really is
Yes.
about obviously having reinforced conversations around those to try and shift the way you do things and see if that actually makes a difference. So, you know, there are different ways of trading. Some people enter, set stop losses, take profits, and whichever way it goes, it goes. Some people obviously enter into trades, take very small profits here and there. It's a lot more intensive, a lot more involving. Yes, it works. Sometimes you got tools that track your profits. So if it's looking like it's reversing on itself, it's set up to actually take the profits and look for a better entry. So there are different ways of doing these things. It's all about trying to figure out what works best. You know, when I started this journey, I actually was trying to automate a lot of the entries because I couldn't really always get back to the trades as quickly as they're entering. But sometimes it's about setting the parameters so that it takes as much profit as possible. And some of these things are set up to actually do that for you. But, you know, it's almost like leaving the machine to just do its stuff and you're not really like getting involved in the emotion or the understanding of the trend of the market. So then I've tried different things. I'm still standing, you know, not disillusioned. That I'm losing money and not making any money from this. You know, all the money I'm trading is from profits. It's not like I'm putting more money in.
Good.
You know, so it kind of works for me.
Yeah.
I'm learning more stuff. I don't consider myself to be an expert at this. You know, I think my ability to be able to read a chart to see exactly where things are going and where it's likely to move next. If I add that, then I'll probably be a lot more confident. But, you know, taking signals and trying to read what I'm seeing on the charts, it's all about, you know, learning more and more each time.
Yes. Yeah. Well, like we said, every day is a school day, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can't keep going to school, and not take the exam and passing it.
Yeah.
So trading on a daily basis, I think within about 10 days, you should be able to take live trades and make money. Because the most difficult decision to make is when to enter the market. And sometimes when to exit as well is even more difficult. So you've got somebody that's more of an expert reading the charts and looking at order flows and what the institutions are doing than I know. There's only one other person I know that does that, right? Or has the ability to do that. And it's a skill that's learned over many, many years. It's not something that you conquer in a week. So you've got somebody that can read the charts. You've got somebody that can tell you enter, right? That's your sat nav in your car. Tells you where to go, right? On Saturday night, I arrived back at my car for 10 o'clock. It was an hour and 45-minute drive home. Great, be home before midnight. Junction 8 motorway closed for the night. Took me 2 hours to do 5 miles. But the sat nav was on. Kept telling me what time I would get home, how many miles I had to go, etc., etc., etc. There was diversion. Got on at junction 10, probably, I don't know, maybe 1, junction 10, 1:15, 10 past 1 in the morning. And then, of course, you know, you got the tiredness kicking in, been on a plane for 8 hours. And I stopped at the services for probably 40 minutes. Didn't get home until 2:30 in the morning. But the sat nav was on all the time, guiding me and telling me what time I'd get home, how far the services were. That's what we got here. And I don't even get in my car now. Obviously, locally, it's a different story. But if I'm in London, if I'm in Birmingham, if I'm in Leicester, you know, I can just, you know, press home. That's already set. And I know what time I'm going to get home, how many miles it is, etc., 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 right? That's what signals are. That's what our signal service provides and the education that goes with it. So you don't need to learn that. The only thing you need to learn is where the range is, where my entry is, look at the chart. Is it going to go to my TP3 or TP5 or TP10? Whatever you've set. Right? If it's not, take the profit, because you might then wait 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. The next signal's there. You're ready, right? You've got your sat nav set and you're ready to go. And that's as simple as you can possibly make this. And the simpler you make it, the better off you're going to be, and the less pain you're going to suffer. And all these indicators and this and this and this, not one of them can make money. But you know what they do? They make money for the person that's selling it to you. All right? They make lots of money from that. When the indicator works or not, no problem. If I had an indicator that worked, I wouldn't give it to anybody, because there's so much money to be made from the market in the first place. Yeah? So that's my tuppence worth. And I think that the work needs to be put in, the hours need to be put in, and the rewards are there. What do you guys think?
No, I think what happens is, Cam, that people see other people making lots of money, or they think they are. It's that same thing of social media, isn't it? Where people they hire a car and take a photo, and the rest of the world thinks that's really theirs. I think what they don't see is that there is work to be done, and it's very rare. It's only if you win the lottery, I suppose, that people get from here to here with money. Otherwise, as long as that trajectory is upwards, I'm happy making £30 a day. I don't need to make 100. I'd rather make 30 and keep it, and make another 30 or 25 tomorrow. And we know it can be done, because I made that. I got from £1,000 to £1,906 in about 6 weeks, between 5 and 6 weeks, on 0.01. And I'd learnt, like we said earlier today, when I was learning that, oh, hang on, he says TP1 and my TP's running the other way, backwards. But it took me, put down 0480 instead of 05. And you see it working, and sometimes it does reach 05 as well. So it's having to play all of those little bits and not thinking that by the end of today, I'm going to have a 2,000 account when I only started with 1,000. So it's that slow and steady, isn't it? The hare and the tortoise.
The tortoise always wins the race unless it's a sprint.
Yeah.
And life isn't a sprint.
Yeah. So
I think it's having the big picture and be calm on your journey. Otherwise, you over leverage, and then is where most people blow accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like David said, it's much better and rewarding to trade on the money you've made rather than put more money into it. You've put money into it, you've done that.
Yeah.
And now trade upon the money that you've made, even if it's a slower growth than we'd all like. But it's a growth, it's positive.
Yeah.
And like that last trade that I just said to you, it reached trade 1 and I was quite happy to just press close. And I might have missed 10p, I might have made 10p more, who knows? But do you know, just the blooming feeling of having made some money, that's good enough for me. And I'm just sitting here now instead of chasing it, because a signal will come again.
Exactly.
Again.
And that's the philosophy that got you from being a novice to doubling your money in about 6 weeks, right?
That was so funny when you used to say, no, don't, keep practicing it. David, he used to say to me, we used to row like mother and child. He'd say, no, don't, just keep practicing it on your demo. And I'd be saying, no, I don't want to anymore. But it is. I think one of the things I learned was just take the good small profits and let them add up than trying to wait for something big.
Yeah. Don't try and hit the one big trade.
Yeah, because it just
Hit 10
doesn't.
small ones.
Yeah, because I think also when you're waiting, especially on some, it's great. You know, when it just does TP 1, 2, 3. Now, that's fantastic. But if it doesn't do that, it literally does bleed you dry, doesn't it? And then I'd rather have the small, steady, continuous growth than not.
That's it. That's the key.
So
Yeah. And you know, and that strategy, Kulwant, if you keep that now throughout time, you will double your money again and again and again and again.
That's the aim. That's the aim.
Yeah, and
absolutely.
And that £30 becomes, you know, £60, £90, £100, right? And eventually, before you know it, you've replaced your wages.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to tell you a little story. I'm going to tell you a little story now about working and making money. So I walked to have breakfast one morning. So we used to go to breakfast on a beach, Jumeirah Beach Hotel, on the beach, beautiful open restaurant. And we're walking through, and there's some balloons and a lot of noise coming from a particular table. And I said to my wife, let's not get a table close to that. We don't want to be near all that. So as we sat down, it was Rio Ferdinand having breakfast with his family. He's got young children, so they were naturally noisy, etc. So I saw him, and you know, he's having breakfast. You know, just stuck my hand up, and he did the same. And I thought, great. And over the years, I met a lot of footballers actually at that particular hotel. You know, John Terry, Lampard, Stephen Hendry, a couple of boxers. So it's not unusual to see somebody there like that. And you know, I always think I've met Rio once before, but he's a brand ambassador for Aston Martin. So I was there for the launch of a car, and that was great because I had a conversation, a couple of pictures taken. But that was a working night, whereas this was a holiday. So the interesting thing about that is, and the reason I'm saying that is not to impress you, because you know I'm not suddenly Rio Ferdinand or anybody, is that on Saturday, Jumeirah Beach Hotel had they've got an events field, had a sports kind of day, a fitness session, which was open to all the guests and everybody else, and blah blah blah. And there was probably about 100 people there. Guess who was taking that session? Rio Ferdinand and his wife. He wasn't on holiday at all. He was at work.
Right.
Yeah, that's the lesson that I took from it. That a man that's a multi-millionaire, he was sitting at Jumeirah Beach whilst I was paying to be at the hotel eating breakfast. He was being paid to eat breakfast.
Yes. Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people are saying, "Oh, sorry, he's at work. He's being paid."
Yeah.
Who's the idiot? We are.
Yeah. No, it's that same thing, isn't it? And it's funny how it works. All of those well-known people, they get all the named items free, while we go and pay for them. Yeah. When we see them wearing all the designer labels, they've been given it free. They're the advertising. They're the advertising board, aren't they? It's the same as that man in front of the chicken shop with the thing saying "Come and eat in here," but they're wearing Gucci. Yeah. And then we all go out and buy Gucci, but they've got it free, and yet they can afford it, and we can't. And then we have baked beans on toast for 3 weeks while we.
The only people that can afford Gucci, Kulwant, are the people that are wearing M&S.
Exactly. And I wear M&S.
Right?
I love M&S. I love M&S.
Do you know something? I needed a couple of caps for my holiday. I went into my favourite designer shop that I normally use. Not a logo place, but as I wouldn't. It was £68 and I wanted to buy 2 of them. I thought, that's like 130 quid for 2 caps. right? And I'm going to wear the damn thing in the pool, and they're going to be ruined by the time I come back. Right? Went to Marks and Spencer's, £14 each. Thank you very much.
And they're lovely.
They're absolutely fine. Right?
And they'll last, you know?
But the funny thing about that is, I don't wear logo stuff, right?
Yeah, I don't.
So that particular, it wasn't like you had look at me on it or whatever, you know, I can't afford this cap on it, right? That's why I bought it. But it was like, so it's really interesting that now and over just before Christmas, so I would go and buy like a particular make of tracksuit and stuff, and they're about £300, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, they'll be about £300. So I needed to replace one. Looked at it, I was like, good Lord, I don't really want to spend that. And a few days later, I went into Marks and Spencer's. They had a beautiful top and bottom, about 80 quid. I bought it, absolutely fantastic. And so over Christmas, my daughter's like, what shall I buy Dad for Christmas? Shall I buy him a piece of knitwear? And her mum said, go into his wardrobe. I guarantee you that there'll be a piece of knitwear hanging up that hasn't even got the tags removed on it.
Just give him that back.
Give him that, because you won't even know.
I think that's brilliant.
Just for some context,
Yeah.
my wife knows that obviously. The reason I would have knitwear hanging up with the tags on is because I bought it in the summer at half price.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny you
Right.
say that. I used to buy my niece Monsoon when she was a little girl. So we're talking £50-60 dresses for a little 4 or 5 year old. And then one day
That lasts a month.
one day I realised that the Monsoon clothing her mother buys her is always out of a bloody sale. I'm always paying full price. It took me 3 years to work out, hang on a minute, I'm spending 5 times the money when her own mother only buys it if it's on sale.
Yeah.
So I stopped buying the full price.
Yeah. I don't pay full price for anything. Waiting in the sale. So I buy knitwear in the summer and I buy t-shirts in the winter.
Brilliant.
Yeah, they're always half price. Yeah, always half price. You know, and my dad, I was in India, my dad says, oh, there's some really good tailors here. I said, really? He went, yeah. And he said, what a jacket. It was like 120 quid, made to measure and all the rest of it. So I said, well, I'm not going to get anything tailored. Not that particular place, nothing wrong with India, but that wasn't the sort of city that I would find something. I said, Dad, the thing is, I've got 2 blazers hanging up in my wardrobe that were like £500 full price. I paid about 120 quid for them. And he went, what? I said, I go to a couple of particular shops and I go and shop in the sale. Unless I need something, if I need it, I'll buy it. But generally speaking, you know, I just plan ahead. Now I've got a wedding next year, and that's going to have a black tie event. And so I thought, I'll treat myself to a new DJ. I'll buy that just after Christmas when it's half price. And that's what rich people do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor people got the height of the season, right? There's a wedding in July. 1 weekend before, they're paying full retail for a suit that they're never going to wear again.
Yeah. I used to take photographs and send them to India. Then when I would go to India, I would get them. They knew my size. They knew the colours I liked. And I would pay literally things that I would pay in Monsoon for 150, 200 a dress. I would get them for about £6.70 and bring them over. I did that for a long time.
Guys, yeah, brilliant. So the essence of, you know, what's the point of all of that? The point of the Rio Ferdinand story is that he's a multi-millionaire, he can be on holiday anytime, but they're usually not. Yeah. Right? Yes, he can enjoy himself, he can take his family, but he's been paid to do an event.
Yeah.
Right? I've been to Scotland, I've been to the Lake District for a week in a cottage that was being rented out at £2,000 a week with a professional chef, and I was paid to do that for a modelling contract. Right? I went to Italy in I went to Milan. I did a photo shoot, and I got 6 days of holiday out of it, and I got paid
Brilliant.
to do that. Right?
Brilliant.
Even the taxi to the airport.
Yeah.
That's what being smart's all about, right?
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
this is a business that can pay you all the time. You have no money to spend on clothing, no marketing, no sales, nothing, right? You don't have to pitch anything to anybody. You can just sit there. We can provide the roadmap, press the button, make money.
Yeah.
Right? The only reason you don't make money is because you don't follow the plan.
Yeah.
Right? Or you don't have one at all.
Yep.
Or you get overconfident and then you think you know better.
Yeah.
Simple. It is so simple.
I think Matthew said that to Mark. Mark told him when you were away, Cam, we had a Sunday morning meeting. And Mark said to Matthew, he said, I started to do ABC. And Matthew burst out laughing and he said, oh, did you think you knew better than I did then? Mark said, then I
honestly,
I'm not talking about Mark. I love Mark. I adore Mark. But he said, oh, you'll never guess what I did. I went and did this again. And we just laughed because he knows not to do it. Because when Mark works with his strategy, he makes loads of money, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says when I stray away from it, and he says I don't know why I do that.
that is the mystery of human beings, isn't it?
Yes.
That we know we shouldn't be doing it, but we still do.
But we still do it.
Yeah.
So he's back on trying to get his account back, as he's got his plan and he's sticking to it like he does, and he's doing really well.
Yes. And it's number one is the time. So what time are you going to trade? Okay.
Yeah.
So stick to the time. Say the time. Stick to it. Right. 5 to 8, 10 to 8. Yeah. 4 to 8. Both Mateus and I are ready to go. I don't need to message him to say, "Are you ready?"
Yeah.
Do I? Don't need to do any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't need to do that. I know that by 5 to 8, 3 minutes to 8, maybe 8 o'clock if he's got something on, right? He'll be there. So I was a little bit late in the sense that at the morning, in terms of the setup wasn't quite there. I had a few things this morning. Contractors were coming. And so, but soon as I turn my cameras on, what's there? Mateus is there.
Yeah.
Right? And he knows. He doesn't have to message me. Are you logging on?
No, it's a done thing.
It's a compromise.
It's a done thing. Yeah.
Well, we've made a commitment, haven't we? We made a commitment to you. First of all, we made a commitment to ourselves. So I made a commitment to me, and Mateus made a commitment to himself. And then we made a commitment to each other.
Yeah.
That we would do this. We'd love to have 50 people watching, and we will one day. But if it's just the two of us or every day, I really couldn't care less.
No, it's up to people. It's up to people. Yeah. And Mateus will tell you, for me, it's fantastic. The discipline it's giving me, what I wanted to do, I know this is the way I'm going to do it, is sitting with you two. I know now that for me, that it's foolproof now. Whereas before, I was still doing it every day. But now it is absolutely, it's like my stop loss. It's like, you put your stop loss in. I know now that my discipline will get better and better, and my trading from the learning will get better, and the set times are just fantastic. I either want to do it or I don't. So I either have to commit to it or don't.
Yeah.
So committing to it means being here every morning, 8 to 10, and then I'm going to go out for a walk now with the village walking group, and then I'm going to be back here at 1 o'clock when you two log in.
And can I ask you something? Was it Virgin Atlantic you worked for, right?
I worked for with Virgin Atlantic with Continental.
How many times were you late for work? Over 20 years or whatever you worked for them. How many times were you late for work?
Never.
Right.
How
many times did you How many times did you skive off early?
Never. I was the one who was always there all night, but I'd much prefer to do this.
Yeah.
I
So
would
you did
much
no, but what I'm
prefer
saying
to
is,
do this.
why is it as human beings we can turn up to work 15 minutes before we're supposed to start,
Yeah,
and we leave
yeah.
15 minutes after we're supposed to leave,
Yeah,
work for free for somebody else,
yeah.
and all of a
because you
sudden,
don't get
trading, it's so tiring, it takes me so long.
no.
Freaking
You
get
don't
over
get,
yourself.
you don't get overtime because you're salaried.
Yeah.
If the flight doesn't come in and I'm standing, I've stayed the whole night, worked 20 hours. I've gone in the morning at 6 a.m. and come home the next day after 27 hours at 9 because the New York flight hasn't come in.
Wow.
My
Well,
job
it's
meant-
interesting.
So
It's
for
interesting, isn't it?
me,
Because
this is perfect.
yeah. So I sat on the tarmac at Mumbai airport for 4.5 hours, right? Had lunch, disembarked. So those stewardesses, or whatever you call them these days, they were there with us. So they've
Yeah.
lost 4 or 5 hours, their downtime at the other end, haven't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
but we're willing to do all of that for somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
we
When
can't
you
sit here
put,
trading for 4 hours a day.
you start to put the time for yourself, you realize is more important.
Yeah. But this, why would it work for me when I'm learning if I can't give the time you're giving? I'm just so grateful for the time you're giving. That
What's he
to
gonna do,
me
little one?
has got to be the best time to sit and learn and do it.
Yeah,
There's no
what
point
else you
sitting
gonna, what else
learning
you gonna do with your time? Yeah.
Well, me, not a lot.
No, if you look, if financially you're independent, money comes without you doing anything. Great, right? Let me
Yeah.
tell you something. I spent a week in Goa doing nothing. Yeah, pool, bar,
Yeah.
food, walk. I spent another 10 days in Dubai doing nothing. Pool, bar, food, drink, right, walk. Absolutely bored out of our brains.
Yeah.
I think I'd shoot myself or jump out the balcony of my suite
Yeah.
if I lived there for a couple of months, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We need purpose.
We
Yeah.
we have to have
We need
purpose
something.
and
Yeah,
structure.
you need something to do. Yeah,
You need purpose
We-
and you need to have a structure to do it. So
100%.
for me, this is brilliant.
100%, right? So and that's that. And then to be honest with you, it's not a conversation we need to have, because there are people that obviously over the last 5 years met lots of people, and most of them in some kind of financial distress. But by the time I finish with them, they just either come on board and succeed or they don't. And then I know why they're in their financial stress and they can't sort the things out, because they haven't got the maturity, the intelligence, or the discipline to spend 8 hours a day at work.
Yeah. No. This is perfect for me.
Yeah, brilliant. Good.
Can I
And
segue
it's-
this? Sorry.
Yeah, of
For those
course,
natural
David. It's your. Yeah, please. Yeah.
No, I just wanted
Weigh in.
to find out a bit more about the Facebook option.
In what way?
Do you hear the conversation, or is it just showing what's going on? I'm not sure.
No,
I
it's live. We're live on my Facebook account.
But I can't seem to access it or see the link for it.
There's no
Well, you
link.
just-
Just go onto Facebook.
No,
Go find Cam Jal, and you'll see it right now.
I've got. I'm there. I'm there on my laptop, and I'm not getting it.
Okay,
Are
if
you
you
connected
click
with me on
on
Facebook?
I
Matthias
am
will help
following
you.
you. I'm following you.
if you click on Khan's profile, and you will see a red arrow on his picture.
Red arrow. No.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's a red circle, isn't it?
I'm going to go, guys, because I'm going to the village walk. I'll be back at 1 o'clock.
Okay. See you.
Lovely.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye, David.
I
Okay.
don't see red circle.
Let's go to Facebook now. I will do with you. If you type Khan Johal,
Yeah. So it's cam.jahal.399 is the link.
No, just capture Jahal in your search bar.
No, I'm
just
saying
search
that
Jahal.
just type the link.
Oh, has Mateus sent you a hyperlink, has he?
No, he
No.
hasn't. But
No,
when I said
I
for you
didn't
and I
send
went
any
to your
link.
page, that's the hyperlink, just to make sure that I'm on the right one.
Yeah, if you
Yes,
go
correct.
with his profile, you can see the picture will be with a live button.
I don't see a live button.
Send me the screenshot. We all can see.
It's
Okay.
circled. It says live. David, can you see
Yeah.
this? It says
Sorry.
live around my profile.
Just 1 second. Let me go back to you.
Let me share the screen.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. I'll share the screen, then you will be able to see that. I'm on my profile now. I went to my Facebook. Then I went to Khan's profile.
Okay,
As you
so
can see-
you got this red cycle around this
Yeah,
profile
if you-
picture live.
if you
I
click-
haven't got that.
You haven't got that.
No.
How
Let me
does-
share my screen.
Are we friends? Yeah, please do. Oh,
Because I'm on my profile, I'm seeing Khan's profile now.
Can you
I'm
see
not
mine? Can you see my screen now?
No, you need to show me the picture. You cannot share.
I
the
am
screen.
sharing.
Oh,
I'm
let me
sharing.
add.
Gives me the
this
option
thing.
to stop sharing.
Are you friends with Khan or not?
I'm following. Is it? Do I need to add him as a friend?
just
don't think
request it
so.
just for
You-
good
you-
housekeeping. Maybe.
All right, I'll
I
try
don't think
that.
so, but maybe it's
I'll
fine.
try that, and then
Just
you
do
can
that.
accept me, and then we'll see if that makes a
Yeah.
difference.
I'll do that right now.
But I don't think so. That will affect. That need.
It shouldn't do.
Yeah, and if you scroll on Khan's profile, what you can see? You're supposed
If you
to.
scroll down, the first thing you should see is the live.
No, I'm seeing. That's what I said. I sent you a WhatsApp message that I'm seeing the last post on the 16th of July about Optimus.
It's
think so,
got to be
but-
something on your settings.
Could
Have
be
you
a-
accepted
something on
my-
your settings. Yeah.
Have you accepted my friend request, Cam?
Let me just see that.
If you do that and I refresh and it's still not doing it, then it might be something to do with me. Because
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
just confirm that, David.
you've done that
Just
now.
confirm that. Yeah, just confirm that.
All right. Now I can see it. So I have to be your
okay.
friend to actually
It's
see
not
it.
just
not
follow
just
its friend.
follow you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
We
no
will
problem.
No
see the
worries.
configuration if we need to make that public. On our end, it's public. I don't know why it's not showing public.
It's okay. We'll have the settings. I think, like we said, David, what we said last week is done is better than perfect. So
Yeah.
we'll get all the links and everything else sorted out as housekeeping. Obviously, it was a little bit difficult last week because I was away as well.
Yeah.
But this week we'll have a bit of a
worries.
bit of
Yeah.
time to do that. All right, you happy now? You can see it.
I'm
So
happy.
you don't
I'm
have
happy.
to come on to see this.
That's fine.
Okay, great.
I'm happy.
It's all right. Okay, we're going to sign off. So
Yeah.
if you're back at 1 o'clock, be lovely. And otherwise, you can watch us on Facebook. Okay.
Okay, see you guys.
Yeah.
Bye for
Talk to
now.
you in a bit, Mateus. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Hi.